Hi there. This is a song I wrote for anyone wondering what the heck permaculture is. I hope you enjoy. Permaculture design, just finished up my course. Wanna take it home, take the world on a tour de force. Fruits and trees, flowers and bees, sprouts and seeds, enough for you and me. First come the earth, yeah, you got to take care of it. Then come the people, then each his fair share of it. Designed for the earth and you design for yourself. Help design a world better for you and everybody else. Yeah, principle one, observe and interact, or you won't get far, man, that is just a fact. Principle two, capture and store energy. Put the water in the ground instead of washing out the sea. Principle three is often so tasty. It's obtain a yield no matter what you grow. Got to eat, to work, to live, to make it worth all the hoeing. Principle four, keep you on track, self-regulate and accept feedback. By that I mean you got to know that things change. Don't be afraid to learn from nature's ways. Because first come the earth, yeah, you got to take care of it. Then come the people and each his fair share of it. Designed for the earth and you design for yourself. Help design a world better for you and everybody else. Principle five, it's better to be renewable. Hydroelectric, solar power, it's super doable. You don't need a tractor if you got a horse. If you got two hands, you don't need brute force. Principle six, waste is an illusion. Nature recycles all while we waste time in confusion. Principle seven, design for power.
Was people want to propagate thousands of plants at different places, Bamboo Grove, Hart in Lake Wales, and distribute stuff. Jason, you know, so we'll get it together another time. I guess it didn't happen now. So it's the Barter and Time Bank currency.
Andy has lots of experience. He's going to do a whole workshop on bartering for sure. So see him. This is Andy.
And what's your name?
My name is Sean. When we talk about barter, what you're really talking about, not what you're really talking about, but anyways, we're talking about alternatives to currency. And alternatives to currency aren't in some imaginary place in the future. You create those in your own life. So we talk about alternatives to currency, networks, things like this. Some people were talking about, you know, how you do this or that. And my suggestion, and the suggestion that you can see in the past that's been around for a few million years, is don't write it down, keep it open. Don't try, we can, paper is like a point of departure. When you provide paper, it provides points of departure for all kinds of things. Oh, you didn't do what this said, you didn't do what this said. So though there's many alternatives to currency, there's really only one alternative to currency, and that's trust. That's trusting each other, trusting life, trusting our right to exist. And so wherever that kind of goes to, goes. But let's remember, whether it be a hug and a yes, or whatever symbol, if you need a symbol to agree to do something, because trading something, me working, let's say 100 hours for you, is something, oh, we need to have paper. But maybe we don't need to have paper. Maybe trust is good. And then we think it's a good idea to piggyback this event or evolve this into already a barter network. And kind of along those Mongolian themes, just as an example, if people from here put down 3 skills or whatever sacred number, or 10 skills that you can do, we can database those. You don't have to even put down what you need. You just put down what you can kind of do, and then you kind of get some more people, maybe 5 of people where you are, or some people, and this way you start to create these little local networks, perhaps even at a state level. Andy?
We have. Did you want to go, Joanne?
Yeah. I think that a lot of what we talked about was similar to, I don't know who it was. Someone earlier talked about just creating a network, you know, so where you could share not only goods, but, you know, knowledge. And so instead of, you know, we have that Facebook page already, but I don't know if that's an appropriate place to put
Well, we
all
already
our skills.
we have a website also. There's the Permaculture Convergence website.
Okay, so that might be a good place, or maybe using the software that the media people talked about.
That
to-
Eric spoke of.
Yeah, to list, our skills that we're willing to trade, and maybe what we want to. Not necessarily what we want, but if you have a specific thing in this group to trade. And some of the things that I was interested, we talked a little bit about, is not just trading a massage or a place to sleep, but like some bigger items. If we can set up some kind of alternative money structure where we can support each other and also do like microloans, for each other's projects. And then, that would be a great way of investing your money into something real instead of the financial entities that exist now that
What is your name?
Joanna, Montana,
From Gaia Grove up there,
yeah, yeah.
Gainesville.
from Gaia Grove Eco Village.
And also, I'm glad Susan asked, because when she was up here, something that came up in our discussion was that bartering is now trying to be taxed, or is already?
The Bush administration, followed by
Bartering
Obama,
hasn't been
we
taxed.
received in our barter network a
Bartering?
federal letter saying we have to register the barter network, and we decided not to. Thousands aren't around the world.
And that's why he suggested don't put it down on paper, because if you're doing it one-on-one, then
You'll never. I'm not saying that anyone should be trying to beat anyone, but if someone's trying, is what they're expert at. If you want to live without currency, and then that has to happen in your own life. It's not an imaginary place. So bartering and trade and trust are the keystones for that. And if you have any religions you like, they agree too.
Yeah, so I'd like to also establish that connection on the legal side to help protect our right of, if we're going to be doing things for free for each other because we're okay with that, how am I going to pay taxes on something, we didn't earn or spend any money on?
Can I say something about the
Well,
time
they're
bank?
working on it. We got a federal letter. I'm saying they
Can I
want to
make
do
a
it.
statement about the time bank? The time banks have cleared their validity with the IRS because you're not exchanging anything of supposed monetary value. All people's services are worth their time. You're only exchanging time. So if you put a monetary value on it, that's when it becomes barter.
Or if I have a business and we do a time bank and you come to help me at my business and my business makes money, that's another trace back to the
well, it seems that there's a lot more to discuss on all these topics. And if we could, in that website, oh, I'm sorry, are you still talking?
You just have to be very specific about the way that you phrase your exchanges. And
So the word
time
barter?
the time bank websites have all of that.
Now, you're just talking about the time bank. We were asked to speak about barter, which the Spanish examples, because in Spain they've got, 52% plus unemployment among the youth. So one of their time banks bloomed to 30,000 people like this, and they encompass all 6 types: free cycle trading, barter, printed currency, bartering face-to-face with no written word. They wanted to do that. They have websites. Ours in DeSoto County, 220 people. We embraced it all. We said, be a part of it, whichever way you want to do. And in 2 years, we've had thousands of barters. No one has ever had a bickering problem because it's all about fairness. Me and Eric want to trade something. We talk it out one-to-one. We decide how to do it. And then networking. How do you do networking? We have a one-page thing. You fill out your wants and your needs. Somebody wants a wheelbarrow. Somebody knows how to build a cob oven. You couldn't imagine when you read our booklet, it blows your mind what people offer and the connections. You just call them up and we have meetings, like 200 people once a week. We meet now because we're the poorest county in Florida, so we had to do something about it. And they got ranked the poorest. Yeah. So there's many ways to do it, and there has to be a coming together. The main thing I think is keep fairness involved with it. Some barter networks can be focused on money or different things. I think keep it as simple as possible, as big. And how do you get the word out? We're going to do a website. We have great examples in Florida. In Sarasota, I've done different barter networks in Sarasota. The time bank there is very well organized. The guy who lived without money for a year, who put a lot of thought into it, organized it, he also took from different systems and incorporated it. we have beautiful examples, but you know, we all have to come together. Do we do it face to face, and you don't want written words sometimes? It can all be done together, but fairness, where you have to make sure that, you know, nobody's how do you trade hours? Some people think every hour is traded for an hour. That can be very fair. I think that's the most fair in general. Some people think their time cleaning out a toxic cesspool is worth more than something.
And you
just work
programming
it out.
your nonsense.
But it's about communication one-on-one. If the barter networks don't get too big and crazy and it stays one-on-one, they seem to work.
Yeah, and you know, both. So it's not one or other, but both. Yeah.
And for me personally, the issue is like, how do we keep it small and make it big?
Yeah.
Like those are two different issues with two different, you know, demons attached, and so any structural health or business in that.
Thanks,
We get a
guys.
I don't
question
mean
here
to.
and here.
I just wanted to throw out because I always have this idea. We should look at trees and fractals. Like you don't need to do everything on the big scale. What you should do is have the small scale work itself out, and then show what all the small scale is doing on the big scale.
That's right. That's the Mongolian notion.
We can
For
continue
the
this
horde.
after
For the
lunch.
horde.
After lunch.
We have one last
Hold
question.
on.
I just, you know, do we have people here who are in like software and design platforms or anything like? Because having a platform that is easy to use or some kind of interface.
We had Don Hall here, who's good with the Barter Network
Yeah,
website.
and there are several existing platforms already. It's a matter of
Just this
finding the
make
people.
or break kind of thing.
Yeah.
We know that from using network.
I like the idea of going to mentors. So what you're saying, go to Don from Transition Sarasota and say, you're doing it, dude. You're the best. Teach us.
Yeah, and
You
the Time Banks USA already exists, and there's ourworld.org
Woofing,
that are
help
already existing
exchange.
as time banks, and the local time banks here in Florida. So the structures already exist, and
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, just part of the conversation.
But we need to get organized,
On,
yeah.
from the
Someone-
website then.
If you
you.
travel and you don't know about
Yeah,
couchsurfing.org,
All right,
two thumbs
all right,
up.
thanks.
We got more groups to come through.
Thanks, Jason. Right on.
Thanks, everyone.
Yeah, principle one, observe and interact, or you won't get far, man, that is just a fact. Principle two, capture and store energy, put the water in the ground instead of washing out the sea. Principle three is often so tasty. It's obtain a yield no matter what you grow. It got to eat, to work, to live, to make it worth all the hoeing. Principle four, keep you on track, self-regulate and accept feedback. By that I mean you got to know that things change. Don't be afraid to Permaculture design, just finished up my course. Wanna take it home, take the world on a tour de force. Fruits and trees, flowers and bees, sprouts and seeds, enough for you and me. First come the earth, yeah, you got to take care of it. Then come the people, then each his fair share of it. Design for the earth and you design for yourself. Help design a world better for you and everybody else. Hi there. This is a song I wrote for anyone wondering what the heck permaculture is. I hope you enjoy.